Welcome to WHHI News. I'm Allie McNair. Here's a look at your headlines. Well, South Carolina got some great economic news this week. On Wednesday, an automotive battery company announced plans to invest $3.5 billion in the state. Nevada-based Redwood Materials says it will recycle anode and cathode battery components and remanufacture them into materials for electric vehicles. The company will locate its facility in nearby Berkeley County, creating 1,500 new jobs. According to state leaders, this is the largest economic development project in the state's history. Well, while we're on the subject of electric vehicles, if you're the owner of one, by this time next year, you'll be able to enjoy some of our state parks while charging your car. The State Parks, Recreation and Tourism Department and electric vehicle maker Rivian are working together to offer electric car charging stations at more than a dozen parks within the next year. The charging stations will be free to use. State officials say they hope to eventually install charging stations at 30 state parks. This week, Boeing announced that the company will be filling a big order for airplanes. United Airlines may buy up to 200 of Boeing's 787 jets made in North Charleston. Boeing says it is the biggest ever wide-body airplane deal made by a U.S. carrier. United has placed a firm order for 100 Dreamliners and has the option to purchase another 100. The sheriff's office is asking for your help in locating two Beaufort County men who have eluded capture by law enforcement for close to 2 months. 19-year-old Kennard Terry Mitchell of Beaufort and 23-year-old Alexander Smalls of Grays Hill are being sought on attempted murder charges after they allegedly shot a 20-year-old Sheldon man at an Enmark gas station on the Trask Parkway back in October. The men are considered to be armed and dangerous. If you have information about either or both of the suspects, authorities ask that you call the sheriff's office or contact Crime Stoppers. Well, if you think you've met more people over the past few years who've decided to call South Carolina home, you're right. A Forbes.com study says that the Palmetto State is the third most popular state to move into after Texas and Florida. So what about those people who decide to move out of state? That same study says South Carolinians stay pretty close to home. Their top three choices are North Carolina, Georgia, and Florida. Well, if you're a private collector of unusual or never-seen-before items, you could be a future star on TV. American Pickers, a documentary series on the History Channel, is looking for interesting characters who live in South Carolina and own lots of fascinating items. The show is planning to tape in our state in February of next year. So if you have or someone you know has what the show refers to as hidden gem collectibles, antiques, or rare items, American Pickers wants you to contact them on Facebook at Go to Pick. For more information on these stories, be sure to visit the sources on your screen and be sure to look for us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. If you have a story idea, or you want to let us know how we're doing, you can email us at news@WHHITV.com. Okay, it is time for sports now, and here he is, Justin Jarrett.
Hey, it's time for Last Night in the Loco on WHHI, powered by LocoSports.com. One of the high school football superstars we've been telling you about all fall has found a home at the next level, and another one might not be too far behind it. Bluffton wide receiver Jalen Linder announced his commitment to become a South Carolina State Bulldog next fall. Linder had a breakout senior campaign under new coach Hayden Gregory and earned all-state honors after hauling in 63 passes for 1,276 yards and 16 touchdowns. The Bulldogs also put an offer out to Casey Fields, the breakout star of Beaufort's Class 3A state championship squad, who was late to the recruiting radar and didn't really start turning heads until he moved to the backfield mid-season. The rest is history, as he rolled up over 2,200 yards and 34 touchdowns in 11 games at running back and carried the Eagles to a long-awaited state title. Fields also has a D1 offer from Jackson State University, as well as a handful of Division II offers, but SC State was on his wish list. Beaufort's basketball teams were back in action Wednesday at Whale Branch, and the crosstown rivals split in Seabrook. Quinn Wilson scored 18 points to lead Beaufort's girls to a 53-23 victory to run their win streak to 3 games, while Keith Chisholm hit a tying bucket to force overtime and banged a triple to open the extra period as the Warriors avenged Monday's loss to the Eagles with a 62-59 win. For Loco Sports and WHHI, I'm Justin Jarrett. Until next time, go Loco.
Thank you, Justin. And on we go to check out our weather. Who's got that? Here's Maria.
Thanks, Allie. Yep, so taking a look ahead, it does look like we're going to see some rain this weekend, plus a drop in temperature. But taking a look at Friday, it's going to be partly cloudy with Hilton having a high of 58, a low of 45. Bluffton's going to have a high of 58 and a low of 42. And Beaufort's going to have a high of 59 and a low of 44. The sunrise for Friday is going to be at 7:17 and sunset's going to be at 5:20. Taking a look at the beach tides, low tide's going to be at 10:04 a.m. and high tide's going to be at 2:49 p.m. Taking a look into the weekend and into next week, Saturday we're going to see a bunch of things going on. It's going to be sunny in the morning, partly cloudy throughout the day, and then we are going to see some scattered showers throughout the evening. And the highs are going to be in the upper 50s and the lows are going to be in the 40s. Come Sunday, it's going to be sunny, but the highs are only going to get into the lower 50s and the lows are going to be in the 40s and 30s. And then come Monday, it's going to be sunny again, but it's going to be highs in the 50s and lows in the 40s and 30s again. So that's it for today. Let's send it back to the desk.
When we come back, we'll find out about one area restaurant that is giving back during the holiday season. Also, Dr. Debbie Lyons will tell us how we can relax around food during the holidays. Stay right there.